So you got booked as an interview guest. Oh my gosh, congratulations. I am so excited for you. But being a good guest isn't just about showing up. You have a little homework to do too. And in order to help you stand out as a guest that gets booked and booked again, here's a couple tips that can help you out. The first tip I have for you is to create a media kit. You want to include high quality photos, a short bio, a long bio, anything that's going to help the host and the producer showcase you in the best light possible. And this way, they have the pictures that you want to use, they have the fun facts that you want to talk about, and they can use the bio that showcases you the best. And they'll be super impressed because they didn't have to go track all of that down. You just had it ready. You just had it ready to go because you watched this video and then you made it and you did it. You put it all in a Google Drive or a Dropbox and you just shared the link and you're like, here's everything you need. Thank you so much. I can't wait to be on your show. The next tip is to share something new. Don't just repeat what is already out there. Give your perspective, give your story. Surprise the audience with something wonderful that will make this interview distinct and special from all the other interviews you do. Like, of course, you're going to repeat yourself, cover similar topics, but understand the energy of this show, of this host and this audience, and bring something special for them. It's only polite. And speaking of that, tailor your message to that show's audience. You got to understand their vibe. You got to understand their energy. You got to understand what they are there to see. Because an audience for this podcast might want different information on the same topic than the audience for this podcast. So you got to do your research. You got to know what kind of crowd you're getting in front of. This next tip is super important, especially if you are a remote guest, a digital guest. You need to test your setup before the interview. And the more that you do it, the more you're going to figure out what can go wrong because things will go wrong. It happens. But the more that you do it, the quicker you'll be able to troubleshoot and fix things and keep your cool and be that person that everybody wants to have on their show. And using tools like Ecamm to make sure your camera and your audio are good. You can do pre-recording to test how everything looks and sounds. You can make sure you have the best quality so they can produce the best show possible. Some small effort in testing everything and making sure everything looks good is going to make a massive difference on how professional you come across. And you want to be the fancy interview guest, right? And the last tip I have for you is to send your best footage. So depending on what you're talking about, it might be helpful for the host to have a little B-roll of you, a little behind the scenes, a little special thing that they can share with their audience, depending on the topic at hand and the audience that you're talking to. It can be an extra step to pull all of this stuff, but in the end, it's going to give you a better episode that you're happy to share and will hopefully get eyes on you for more interview opportunities. A bonus tip for you is to use Ecamm to record your side of the recording as a backup. So you can test it ahead of time, you can record during the interview, and you can send that to the host so they have a good, clean copy. Because sometimes the internet can mess things up, but you can record to your computer, have the best quality, have your good audio, have everything look nice, and help them make the best show possible. It's the best. I hope you found these tips helpful and I hope you have a fabulous, fabulous interview experience. And you know you're going to be a great guest that everybody wants to invite back because you're so fabulous. You follow these tips and they're like, wow, this person knows what they're doing. Yes, so good. You're so good at this. You are so good at this. See you in the next one.